Good evening, everyone. I have some really excited news for me, and hopefully other people will find it. It seems like the Discord is enjoying this new announcement. But for Prosperity Gem Ventures, I've actually joined the team and am now going to be doing the video creation for any updates and different changes inside the system. And then also going to be a mod inside there, so looking forward to spending some more time with you guys there. Just really excited to be able to bring you guys some concise information, hopefully really break it down in great ways for you to make it digestible. There will be chapters in this video, so please use it to come back to if you need to kind of re-verify details, or if you're trying to help somebody in the Discord, doesn't hurt to copy and paste the chapter link, which will be below, might not be right away, but soon, within a couple hours after I get the video out, in order to help bring them right to that information that they're looking for, just to make sure it's clear for everybody. So without too much delay, if you can first hit that like, subscribe button down below, and if you do have a moment, hit that bell notification, and that way you'll get the information right away as it's released. I do often do some quick little shorts as well for this one that I've been doing over the past little bit to make sure you guys are well informed on the changes, because as much as there is a lot of changes with this, I do feel there, and the reason why I've joined the team is because I'm very confident that these changes are adding to the sustainability of this protocol, which I do appreciate, especially in such an environment that we're in right now with a lot of, well, rug pulls for lack of a better term. So we're going to start with the USDT one because that's the one going through the most flux right now. And as you can see, it's been very bare bones minimalized. One of the first things, obviously, is if you haven't done so already, it's probably a good time very soon to request a refund. I will link up in the corner there. How to do that, because I've already gone through this, so I'm not going to explain it again in this video. But please do get that done. And then on top of that, obviously, there's the view contract. So a couple of things to view on the contract to help if there's anything you need to do is go to the read first. And before I get too crazy on that, I just want to illustrate that this part right here, so the balance inside the contract, that's going to be going up and down quite drastically, especially right now because of everybody exiting this one and going into the other one. I think that also has something to do with the rates of return that we're getting right now and why we're not getting necessarily to 2%. There's a lot of people that just think magically all this money's everywhere. You've got to understand that this contract really, to me, is going to be getting the least amount of money for right now because we're still paying 2% on the other contracts, which then are kind of sucking all of it out. But hopefully most of us are in that one anyways as well. Once we get everybody moved out of the BSC one, being the bigger one, and everybody into the USDC, I think that one's going to have the biggest effect, and we should start seeing a more stabilized return after that point. So, and we've already seen a nice increase from 0.5% to 1% today. So moving on from there, if we scroll down here, one of the first things I want to draw your attention to is user information. So I'm just going to grab my wallet address right now, and what you're going to see when I go into here is it will tell me now. And if you want to, so this number might look really weird to you, and we've gone through some stuff about this, about reading contract stuff, but to make it really easy on yourself, just click on the number. And what you'll see is right here with BNB, there's $6.56 sitting in that contract right now of what I've accumulated. So I did test it, and I've already done a recompound, but for your sake, that's why that number is there. And if this number is not $50 or more, you won't be able to redeposit into the contract for now while you're waiting for your refund. So for that, we're going to go back over here. Now that we know that we have that, if we were to have over that $50, what you would then do is go to write contract, and you just connect your wallet and then go down to reinvest. When you click on reinvest, it's very simple. You just hit the right button, and then your MetaMask or whatever wallet you're using will come up. When that comes up, if you see this red box and see that the gas fees are astronomical, that's because you don't have the $50 in there or something else is wrong, but more likely than not, it's the $50. So you just hit reject. Or again, if you did have the $50, you'd accept it, it'd have the regular gas and everything would be fine. So back over here. That's really about it with the BSC one. It's going to be gone soon. You can accept the same process once we go through the Polygon and the Tron one to bring those over to the USDC one. And then once everything's all done, we're business as usual, and everything will be all great inside here and much more simplified. So if you are a new investor, actually, no, I'm going to go through that afterwards, sorry. And then as you can see on here, there's a lot of data on here, but the main one I want to focus on first is the account. If you click on there, you're going to see how much you've deposited, how much you've harvested, so you'll know whether you've ROI'd or not. So that's a great little spot kind of just to check out that information. On top of that, if you go a little lower, once you actually are available for refund, that $100 will appear here after those 15 days are done. So just something to keep in mind. That's why that's 0 right now, is because I've only been in for 2 days, or just under 2 days, I guess, really. And obviously the normal thing, when you want to do a deposit, you put your amount there, minimum $100, and hunt for your gems, and that deposited into the contract. And the rest of this is your normal information. So how much has been pumped into the contract, how much the total funds are in there, and the balance right now, and all that stuff. So everything's there, ready to go. And if you do need to see the contract, just like the other one, you can go in here and do that. Now, the big thing I want to spend some time on here is the About. So basically in here, if you click About Us, you'll see the rewards pool. So this was one of the big things that is changing sustainability for this protocol. And again, really exciting move here. As much as everybody would love to earn 2% every day, we're seeing what's happening with those protocols. And the fact that Manny has decided to pivot like this in a way for, as he says here, real sustainability, this is really awesome. And then the bots on top of that for you guys to benefit even more and in different ways, also great. So rewards pool. Our incredible rewards pool offers 0.05 to 2% daily. So a nice large limit there based on the market conditions. And so what's going to happen here, and what I really want to hammer home here, is in the Discord, and I'll show you that later, there's going to be a breakdown, and there's literally one Discord spot which will go through all of this information. And as the rates get updated, he's going to put them in there. At some point, the website will get updated, the USDC, and we're going to see the rates right down here at the bottom, or something like that anyways. It'll show the daily ones that have been running for that week kind of thing. But the big thing to keep in mind is that's going to become less and less of a factor. Right now we're early on and we've only got 2 days in the play, so our rates are 0.5% and 1%. And as you might be able to realize, when you average those out, it's 0.75. So in my case, I have $100 in there. I'm getting 0.75 a day, and so I'm getting 75 cents times 2 is 150. So I'm a little below that because my 0.5 day, I was not in the protocol for the whole 24 hours. So that's why I'm below the 150, more of a time thing, not a rate thing. So the big thing here is, right now they have this calculator that you can access that kind of gives you a little bit of an average rate. So right now, as you can see, it's 0.75, and as this week progresses, hopefully rates are going to increase a little bit to help increase that average for us. So let's say 1.2, 1.5. Let's say it drops down for a day to 0.58, sure, and then bounces back up again to 1.8. So as that all averages out, as you can see, the number's changing less and less. Like when I added this 1.8, it went from 1.096 so it only bounced up about 0.1% instead of this one where it bounced it up 0.25%. So as time goes on and as you keep adding to this list of rates for that day, this is going to start changing in very minute amounts. Like if you happen to have a 2% day, then it might go up 0.00 something as you get more data built into the database. So it's going to end up averaging out to a certain rate. It's just for now, because we're doing such larger jumps, it's jumping up and down. And what you're going to see in here for now, and some people have noticed this and I want to explain this, is at 4:30 or 5 o'clock when the new rate got updated in here, my amount went from 0.80 cents or something like that up to 130, I think it was, and it's just been a little bit of time since that happened. And the reason for that jump is the average rate of return went up, so my entire portfolio went up with that, because it's just constantly an average that's moving up and down. And all of that's based on what it is at that moment. So if I come into the protocol a month from now and the average rate now is kind of stabilized, let's say at 1.5%, then I'm getting in at 1.5%, and that's what I'm starting from. And then as it hopefully goes up or down, I'm going to keep incrementing my rate up or down, depending on when I pull out. So in essence, really all you're worried about is when you pull out, you'd like that rate to be as high as possible. So if you're waiting, maybe you want to wait 2 weeks before you pull out because you think that it's going to keep incrementally going higher. That's also a risk because maybe it won't. Maybe it'll go down. So I wouldn't overthink it too much. As I said, over time, it's not going to change very much. But for now, because we've only got 2 data points, it's making drastic swings in how much you can earn. And for now, for the first week, you can't pull out until the 7 days are done anyways. So really, this is a totally moot point until we get close to the 7 days, and then you'll have a better idea of what you're pulling out at anyways. And then for people that are doing spreadsheets and all that stuff, you really don't need to update it daily. There's really no value to it because you don't know what that average rate is going to be by the end of the week when you're allowed to do your withdrawal. And same thing with the week afterwards, you're just going to wait and average it out and see what happens at the end of the week when you'll go, okay, this is how much I'm pulling out. And that's what's going to reflect obviously up here on that account one. When it reflects harvested gems, you're going to see the amount you actually pulled out on at that time. And on here as well, just before we move on from this part of the site, as you can see, there is no redeposit function. So I think that's by design, and Manny kind of went through it very detailedly in his video. It's not good to claim or to compound endlessly into infinity. It's just not helpful for the protocol or yourself. You should be taking profits. That's the whole point of this, is create passive income, right? So inside here, that's been taken off. You obviously can still recompound, and it also probably is less gas because a lot of times doing multiple functions at once kind of increases your gas fees as well. So basically, if you were to choose to do that, you'd harvest gems, and then as long as it's over $100, you'd then be able to redeposit more back into the contract. But keep in mind, taking profits is definitely a good thing, so don't underestimate that benefit as well. And the nice thing with that two-step process is it does make you kind of think a little bit more and make sure you analyze whether you should be taking profit or not or whatever. We've already gone through the refund process. Oh, and actually, sorry, going forward, the other big thing to note is if you actually click on the refund process here, it'll go through it. So you can do it from the contract. So in which case for this one, if we just go back again and we click on contract, so I'm just going to show you the steps side by side here. So refund process. So contract, write contract, Web3, connect your wallet, scroll down to exit gem hunt, paste your wallet address, and write. So just in case it's ever not on there, I'll just walk you through that. Contract, write contract, connect your wallet. I'm not going to do it, of course, right now. I don't want out of this. And then somewhere here, exit gem hunt, so number 6. So you'll click write, transaction will come up, and then it's all done for you. So no more withdrawals for Manny. He's got his work cut out for him for the next couple of weeks, but after that, hopefully he'll free up a lot of time, along with me doing some videos for him. So yeah, but at the same token, you can do it on the dashboard as well, where you'll just hit refund here. And basically all that does, and if you don't understand this, I'll quickly explain it. When you click any of these buttons on here, all it really is doing is going to that contract and kind of clicking the button inside the contract. It's just a link through a website process. So it's basically just connected. And that's basically that. So what I want to do right now is pause. I'm just going to pause for a second, and we'll maybe go through the Discord a little bit and go through some details that are there to also help you find information and hopefully help you make it easy for you to find stuff so you're not always asking in the chat. We love discussions. It'd be nice if we got off of asking question after question and could get down to some more general conversations, just have some fun, as well as talk about some specifics on the project. So bear with me a second. Actually, before we jump into the Discord, I do want to show this. So if you are brand new to Prosperity Gem Ventures, make sure that after you've done your deposit, you come here and you go join Discord. If you are not in the Discord and are invested, then click on this. This link will always work, and it'll bring you in there. There's no creating invite links. None of those work. You have to be verified before you can get inside the Discord. So the big thing here is click join Discord only once you're an investor. It's just a waste of your time and everybody else's if you come in before that, because you're just going to get booted out. And at some point, if you keep doing it, you're going to get banned, and then it'll be a pain in the butt for you to try and get in, so you have to go beg Arcane to let you in, which is never going to be fun because he'll definitely put you through the ringers. So if you do need to beg him, because maybe you have been, so do reach out to him and he will go through helping you get back in. Otherwise, click this once you're invested. And basically all you have to do to get invested is come into the dashboard, deposit your minimum $100, and then come in and see us and hang out. But make sure this is the right bet for you. And I probably should have gone into that a little bit, and I'll maybe go back and redo my intro, but as much as I'm involved in this project, as much as I think there's lots of sustainability options and all that stuff here, this is still DeFi. This is still a risky thing to do. So please don't just start jumping into it just because I'm now an admin on there. Do your own research, make sure it's the right thing for you, make sure you're diversified, all that jazz. So let's now head into Discord. Okay, once you've gotten into the Discord, now you're basically going to read some instructions here, so make sure you read through that. Basically, you need your DMs opened up in order to allow the bot that we have to collect your wallet address and stuff to check if you are an investor. It needs to be opened up for that. Do not request joining if you're not an investor, because it will get checked. It's checked by the mods. There is no way to get through if you're not. You'll have to supply your wallet, and it's just a waste of everybody's time if you put your wallet address in there and you're not a PGV investor. So also in here, pin messages if you want a walkthrough of how to do it and the steps you need to take with the bot in order to request your wallet, then you can do so right there. So you just type apply, and then inside here it'll walk you through all the different steps. But basically when you click in here, apply, and as you can see it says application name, so you'll just click that, verify wallet, and then you hit enter and it'll start your process off. But the video, like I said, walks you through it all, so no worries there. Now I can't get rid of it. There we go. Other than that, once you've gotten verified, you now have full access over the Discord. First thing I want to draw your attention to, and this is a common question in the right now in the thing, is Wen AMA. So Wen AMA is check a look at events. So I don't think a lot of people, especially if this is your first Discord you've been in, I get it. There's a lot of different things to worry about in here. So at the events up at the top here, this is where you want to check from time to time if you know that there's an AMA coming out and you've forgotten or don't know or whatever. When you click on this, it'll pull up the information, and then you can even click this little interested button. So as you can see, it's a bell, and then when I hit it, now it check marks it, stating that it's going to let me know when that AMA starts. So really great there. And then there'll be a spot later on that we'll see where the links to the AMA will be when they are available. And that's how you'll get into the AMA, because they're usually not done in the Discord. So close that up. Obviously all your usual stuff here, announcements being one of the other big ones that you want to be aware of. So in here, do keep a lookout, and always, if you've been away for a couple of days or whatever, go straight here first is the best thing. I'm assuming the Manny videos will stop. That's kind of my job now, is to take care of the communication side of the video parts of it. But there will be announcements here from time to time. Any videos that are very important or pertinent information, I will drop in here so that you guys can keep up to date on everything. And yeah, so AMA invite links, like we just talked about, they'll be dropped here. AMA replays, if you missed them, will be dropped here. And obviously in here is an important one. Make sure you're only using verified links, and these will all be accurate links that you can use, whether you want to get straight to the contract or whether you want to get to the website. Any of that stuff, do come here and do that. If you feel like sending a nice word, telling Manny how great this protocol is, or how great some of the people like myself are, then please come in here and do so. Always nice to get some positive feedback from time to time, because we all know how negative sometimes the road can be in this space. But we're trying to change that with some great projects and things. All right, and here's the roadmap. So obviously some things have been checked off, and what is coming down the road. So always good to take a look. And the trading bots, so this just shows you the information of how they're doing. Oftentimes there's many versions of probably the same bot that are going on, so we're just showing you kind of snapshots of some of them, but definitely something to keep your eyes on and see the returns that we're getting, so you can see how transparent they are about everything. We are about everything. So QV is always good at putting out some little snippets of information, all the written kind, where I'm doing the videos. So this one's just going through the new website and how you do a deposit and harvest and all the different things that you're going to do on the website. And that's always great information. Terms and conditions, these are the things that everybody always reads in detail and always signs off on. I work for a bank, so I know about rules and regulations that nobody ever reads. And how is revenue being generated? So just going through all the different things on the facts of the protocol. Training videos, I'm assuming this will be used by me possibly going forward. We already went through that. So this one here, as we spoke about earlier, this average, running average will be a constantly evolving number, but this is the number. So if you get in a month from now, whatever this average is, that's what you're getting in for. That's what your return is going to be. So as time progresses, that will become much more stable and will only really be moving up and down a little bit based on the performance of the bots. But for now, obviously, we're just starting out, so they're kind of vamping up a little bit there. And here is your general chat. So nothing much to worry about there. Reckless running amok as always. So polls, if we do any, are here. Suggestions, obviously, if you have any suggestions, even for myself, if there's videos or information that you'd like to see me do content up for PGV in order to help you navigate the space, then don't hesitate to at me in here of what you're thinking is not well told. Hopefully this video will answer most of it and get everybody set up, but just in case. Off topic. Obviously, just an off-topic chat place for us to hang out. If you do have someone DMing you that's, for instance, that says their name is Pulse, obviously, if he's not the real Pulse or the real Pocket Aces or Arcane, the one thing to keep in mind, obviously, is that the admins are in red. So, but you can only see that in here. If they're DMing you, we all look kind of the same. The other thing that I'd really recommend with this is if well, for instance, if I'm messaging you, you want to make sure that my numbers are 420. I forgot about that. We changed our numbers to that for fun in a little group that I was in. So when you're checking it out, oftentimes if I get a text from somebody that I kind of know, but I'm kind of wondering why they're messaging me, I'll go and find them where I know I've had a message directly from them and check their number and compare it to the other one. That way you're just making it safe for you. And as a little plug, if you ever need my YouTube channel, it's right in there. So yeah, so that's a really great way to protect yourself and make sure that you're not talking to somebody that you shouldn't be talking to or that you need to ban from yourself. And anytime you want to do that, you can always click on people. Sorry, you're getting the Arcane, you're getting the thing. You can put in here and click here, and you can block. So if there's ever anybody that's bugging you and you don't want them around anymore, just click block and you'll get rid of them. So another little tidbit there for the Discord. Obviously, if you do need some support, you can create a ticket here. Oftentimes, a little bit of a side note while I'm looking at this one is people seem to have started DMing me already. If you're going to DM any of the mods, I'd probably recommend you call it out and ask us permission to DM us. We won't DM you either without asking permission in the chat. It's just a safer way to play this game because unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that are not being very kind. And we've actually seen situations where people get taken advantage of because they think they're talking to somebody honest, and then unfortunately they end up doing something like giving money away or stuff. So please keep yourself safe. And if you're concerned about anything or you really need to talk to one of us, even creating a ticket or whatever might be an easier way to kind of just get in touch with any of us. And again, if you're having an issue, of course, it's there. Refund requests. So this is just a neat little thing that really you can either go to the website to do it, but if you wanted, you just click in exclamation refund, and then it gives you the link to the website. As you can see, the link's the same, so you can use somebody else's link if you don't actually have to click this every time. And then resources. So I'm assuming I will help kind of buffer up these resources, possibly with some videos if there's any need to do so. So please have a peek at those. If there's really anything you want to do, this is where you come. Like as you can see, if you're claiming your full refund, click on here and it gives you instructions on how to do so. If you're new to crypto and you want to take a look at how to do certain things on your wallet and all that. So just take a moment to come here. There's so much information on this Discord and the website. There really isn't a whole lot of questions left unanswered. So do please take that time just to save yourself and everyone the time, because it's really easy to find. The other thing I do want to mention about in here is if you are in the general chat and you've maybe missed a question or whatever, a great thing to do before you ask a question, if you think it might be a common one, is just type it up here. So AMA, if I type that, I mean, I'm using AMA, it's a bad example, but because I was expecting it to say there'd be ones where they'd say Wen AMA. I probably should have just done that, and then we would have answered, hey, look up here. So, and then if you go to that, you're going to see an answer probably right close to it. There we go. See, somebody's answered it right away. So any questions you're asking, like anything, any questions you're thinking, put in a keyword in here. It'll find it somewhere in that chat if that question's been asked a bunch of times, which 9 times out of 10 or more, it's been asked a bunch of times. I think that's about it for this video. So I do appreciate your time, and like I said, do hold on to this one or save it somewhere. It'll be in the announcements, I presume, or training videos or somewhere in the Discord. Very easy to access. I will set up some chapters, as I said, but just really important that we use this tool to help save a lot of time, because it is a lot of, I mean, I've been quote unquote a cameo mod in this place for a while, and it's funny to see questions sometimes get answered almost back to back when our answer is like literally 2 sentences higher. So anything we can do to help the team be a little bit more productive and help Manny keep doing what he's doing, and help you guys keep your sanity, because I know some of you guys are in this Discord quite a bit, and you're very, very helpful, but I know even for you guys sometimes it gets a little bit hard to handle all the constant repetitive questions, but it's all good. We're here for it. But if you can help yourself with some of this information, then I hope it adds some value. So thank you again. I won't make this any longer than it already has been. I do appreciate everything you guys do for helping me grow the channel. If you can give me a like and subscribe, I totally appreciate that. And more to come as we need to. But very, very excited to be joining the PGV team, and yeah, I'm so happy to be here and happy to help support you guys in your journey to passive income with a project that's really getting its name on the map to hopefully be here for a long period of time with the way it's changing. But as I said, not financial advice. Still do your own research, still do spread yourself out, and make sure that you're protecting yourself and your assets. So thanks so much, and have a good night.